Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we will show you that not all swarm captures result in strong, healthy, thriving hives. Sometimes it can be the complete opposite. As you can see, the bees have started setting up their homes by building gorgeous combs inside this compost bin. However, there are minimal bees present and not all look in a good way. You may notice that we have chosen to use a Corex nucleus box instead of our regular polynucleus as seen in previous videos. This is because we are unsure of the health of these bees, and if the box needs destroying, this is the cheaper option. Although we clean thoroughly between uses, we don't want to transmit any illness between bees. Here you can see us carefully removing the comb from the compost bin and attaching it to an MP frame, using elastic bands to secure. It's at this point we use the torch on our phone to try and see if there is any more bees and comb further in the compost bin. We have now established that there is no more comb further down. Also, we have found that there is no queen, which would typically be seen in a cluster of bees. We can now see the true condition of the bees, which is really not good. It was at this stage we asked the homeowner if she had sprayed anything on the bees, or if anyone around her had been using any sort of weed killer which could help explain their condition. The homeowner said she had not sprayed anything on them or used anything to kill them and was not aware of anyone using any. It always amazes me how insects can happily coexist in harmony. Just look at this poor girl. It appears she has deformed wings and looks like she has a black oily substance covering her body. Also, although swarms are typically calmer, these girls are even more so, to the point of seeming exhausted, which tells us they are obviously sick. This was the reason we questioned if they had been poisoned in some way. You can tell how sick the darker oily looking bees are by the way the slightly more healthier looking bees are chasing them off or attacking them. This is truly heartbreaking to see. Here we are trying to scoop the remaining bees, which really isn't a lot. How these girls even managed to swarm in the first place amazes me, as many of them are unable to fly. Although we cannot see many more bees, we have placed a frame on top to see if any more appear. But to be fair, I feel these girls are dwindling rapidly. is at this point we start clearing away, preparing to close the box up. There is not much else we can do at this point to tempt them into the box without the queen pheromones. A lot of the bees cannot fly. We are checking the ground around the area for any we can see to place them into the box. We will now close the box. This will make it darker and hopefully tempt any remaining bees in. The entrance of the box will remain open, as well as the compost bin. We will sit the box on top and leave it there till dusk. This will ensure we get any bees that are out foraging, if any in this case. Now we are pretty much done for now. It is now a waiting game to see if they stay in the box, and if any remaining bees join them, we will see if we are successful at dusk. We waited around a little longer than we typically would. Knowing we had no queen to tempt them in, we sat for a while to watch them to ensure things were going as we wanted. After little research and talking with other beekeeping association members, we are pretty certain these poor girls are suffering from chronic bee paralysis virus, otherwise known as CBPV. Chronic bee paralysis virus is a serious threat to bee colonies. Infected bees exhibit distinct symptoms, appearing shiny and black, standing out in infected hives where they are commonly observed as isolated, motionless, and sometimes shaking on the top bars. When the colony is smoked, they do not exhibit the typical behavior of moving down between the frames like healthy bees do. Furthermore, infected bees may display distended abdomens and dislocated wings, making them easily distinguishable from healthy bees in the hive. They do not behave like healthy bees and are unable to fly, often seen crawling in front of the hives. This virus spreads rapidly in overcrowded colonies, causing mortality, especially during extended periods of confinement. This is absolutely devastating for this colony. It is thought, with how little are left, that they are probably survivors who have absconded from a collapsing colony, probably brought on by the dismal weather we have been experiencing this year. This truly broke us, seeing how she is trying to clean the hive to make it home while being so obviously sick. Absolutely devastating. As there is nothing more we can physically do now, we will leave them alone for a few hours and return at dusk. The time now is around 9 PM and we are returning back to see if they have gone into the box. As you can see, there is a cluster on the front trying to keep warm, however the rest are inside the box. If you look carefully into the entrance, you can see that they have started cleaning the frames. This is a positive sign, meaning they are happy with the box. After scooping up the cluster and shutting the entrance, we can now relocate them so the homeowner can once again use her compost bin. Due to the illness in these bees, we will not be placing them in our apiary, but instead in our garden away from any other bees. Once home, we will give them a good feed of sugar syrup and see how they go. The prognosis for these bees is not good, with their small numbers being queenless and suffering from chronic bee paralysis virus. The odds are really against them. Unfortunately, we feel our intervention came too late for this colony. The only thing we can do is make sure they're fed and warm and comfortable. This is a very sad ending to this video, but not uncommon in the beekeeping world. Thank you for watching our video. If you have found this content interesting, why not give us a like, share and subscribe to follow what we do next.